Hello, class. In previous lectures, we discussed about professions have three distinct elements, like that's different than just technician level occupations. Those are, we talk about a science, a technology, and an art or infrastructure that we have discussed. So in this lecture, as the title says, science supporting the information professions. So we'll look at the scope of science, which is necessary to develop our customized services, okay, that meet to the patron's need. And also we look at the types or levels of theory, uh, and also we'll be looking at some of the representative theories and models in information science. Um, yeah, let's start.
Okay, let's start to talk about the theory. So, what is theory? Many people talk about the theory, and also they talk about it. This is like some generalizations, a generalization for a certain phenomena. So, theory is a statement that explains, describes, or predicts a possible outcome of an event or circumstance. So, theory is actually in the realm of the social science because information created, disseminated, and used by people, right? Um, okay, let's talk about more in the next slide. So let's talk about what role plays the theory in professional services. In professional services, the primary function of the any professional should be diagnosis. For instance, if there is a physician and he or she needs to diagnose his or her patients what's the uh, disease and how to treat, right? um, like us as an information professional, we need to diagnose the information need of a client or group of clients. So it is necessary to apply theory in this process in order to have an accurate diagnosis. So let's compare what's the difference between theory-based work or versus the without theory-based work. For instance, if um, if you want to to build a deck in your house, and you decide where you want it, and you find a for instance, if I say like a carpenter or like a person A, and ask and says you want a deck. So and you ask like, can you build it? And the A or the carpenter might say, sure. Do you want stairs? How large do you want it? What kinds of wood do you want to use? Uh, if you go to the another person like architect, um, or like we can say like B, she or he might ask what you want to do on that deck, and also ask when will you use it. I mean, what time of the day, or how will you incorporate the deck into your lifestyle. So the architect like B hasn't done any design taking the for the deck yet, but she or he ask, I mean, first determines what is the need, right? So based on the your needs, the person B start planning the page and patio or the deck. So the product should be customized according to your uh, the the client need. So the biggest difference should be customized product based on the client's needs versus like any product. Okay. So what theory then can tell? So Borman and Deal provided a good analysis of the theory in their article. They said theories are necessary for a manager because theory can tell the individual both what's important and what can be safely ignored. And also, the theories can tell the group a great deal of different and disparate pieces of information into patterns or concept. So, so theories help us to determine what's important and what's not. And theories help us to see the trend, I mean the thoughtful process. You just cannot say with your feeling, your intuition, but you need to know what they're doing and why they're doing it. Okay, if you know the theory. So theories help us to see the relationship and to make reasonable decisions based on the relationship. Here I want to give you one example. I think I will give you this model in detail in the later of our course, I think. But for now, I will give you a brief explanation about what the theory, I mean, what the this model is about, and you may connect with what I've just talked about the theory and how theory helps you as a professional to process your work. Okay, the Kurtau, Carol Kurtau is actually one of my advisors in Rutgers University. She used to be a school media librarian. I mean, she used to be a teacher, and then she started to the PhD program, and I believe that's in Rutgers. I'm not sure. It should be Rutgers. Anyway, she had like a longitudinal research uh, by interviewing high school kids who start their research paper, and she interviewed them and she surveyed them and she they did focus group interviews, and then I believe 10 or 15 years later she also did the same uh, analysis. She did the same research again against the same subject, and so she made a model called information seeking process, which provides us a good theory about how people go about seeking information, and specifically when they need to do a research paper, how they go for, how they process their information seeking. And then she made a model, and which right now is applied to many, especially for the reference service, and provide us good the basic uh, uh, okay, basic the bottom line about the seeking process. So let's take a look briefly about what is the ISP model. So she actually tried to analyze three big picture. One is like affective, how the feelings might be changed, and also what's how the cognitive uh, mm, cognitive level has been changed from in the beginning of the task to the evaluation of the task. So she called it as thought, and then she also analyzed the physical uh, changes, and she called it as actions. And then she has like actually she had we call it like a six steps. In this diagram, I included like task and evaluation, but she actually her original work has initiation to the presentation, and like stage one, like initiation, a the person first becomes aware of a need for information to complete a task or assignment. So this step is usually accompanied by feelings of apprehension or uncertainty. So uh, the uncertainty is very high, and also it's kind of vague, the level and where to how to start, right? And then just starting about the explanation, and then stage two, selection, that the information circle identifies a subject or topic to investigate. So after a topic is identified, the feelings of uncertainty usually gives way to feelings of optimism slowly, right? So it's from uncertainty to the optimism. It's changed from initiation to selection level. And then stage three, exploration. The searcher begins to locate information in an effort to better understand and narrow the topic. So this stage of search is accompanied by like feelings of uncertainty, also confusion and doubt. It's all mixed, right? And then the stage four, formulation, the information, the seekers uses information found to form a focus for task or assignment. So at this point in the search process, the uncertainty is a little bit diminished and is replaced by confidence, right? And then stage five, the collection. The individual gathers information on the selected topic and using the libraries or other information system. So the feelings of confidence a little bit increased, and feelings of uncertainty kind of subside, right? And then stage six, presentation. The search is completed and the information is prepared for use. So this stage is usually accompanied by feelings of relief, right? So if the search has been successful, there is a feelings of satisfaction. If unsuccessful, the searcher may have feelings of disappointment. So, and also she also has analyzed that there is every single step, every every stage, there is the zone of intervention, like it's that point. You as information professional, especially you working at as a reference librarian, you need to give some help for your users, because each stage has own um, uh, need. In like in initiation, they don't know what to how to start, and they need your help, and also the selection, right? And also the explanation. Each stage has different types of feelings and their cognitive process, and also the physical actions are different, and they need some help from us as information professional. So this diagram provides us as to us information professionals to how our clients go through when they need to complete a task. And then you might ask to them, you might find out what kind of stage your clients is dealing with right now. If you experience being helped your client in the reference desk, you might know which stage she or he is, and then it depends on the stage. Your reference service should be different. Okay. So let's take a look why we should regard science as our bottom line. I mean, the as our basic. In our NIS profession. Um, what's the difference between professionals versus technician? You may recall what I gave you the example about the making a deck. You ask to like architect or a carpenter. Um, so professionals have should have a science which provides a theoretical underpinnings for design of a customized product. You should have a theory based on the science, and because you need to provide a customized product, right? And also professionals have a technology which provides method and modes for organizing and delivering the services. And professionals also have an art or infrastructure which provides the basic framework for the entire cycle of service. So the professional should provide the values, customs, and context for analysis, design, and delivery of service. So there are some characteristics the two information professions. Um, this is very general one. The first characteristic is as information professional, the first characteristic is responsibility for the commodity as information, right? And objective of enhancing the process of information transfer, and also responsibility for accommodating the information need and behavioral characteristics of a specific client population. Okay, so you understand, right? Okay. And also responsibility for the design and management of an organization consisting of staff, equipment, space, and finance resources to provide the interface between the information systems and potential users. And also responsibility for the design and management of an information system encompassing a database, a collection of information in any format. So actually the knowledge required to practice these characteristics and the knowledge base for the NIS professions. So the science of information professions uh, should should be um, well played role in order to make these characteristics as uh, a proficient of information professions. So the theory base should be can be amplified in the discussion of these what we just discussed. So you should ask how is knowledge converted to the information reproduced and disseminated to society, which might be belong to sociology of information. And also you may ask, how do individuals seek and acquire information? We may regard this as information psychology. And you may ask, how are organizations for the management of information organized and managed? So, we can regard this management of information organizations. And you may ask, how are the databases developed and maintained for a particular purpose? We can regard this as information engineering. So some aspects of this science are consistent with the so-called like hard science, but for the most part, it's still related to social sciences, right? Specifically like psychological and sociological perspective. So we may explore each of these fields that we need to maintain for our information science. Okay. So, what the sociology of information covers, what we should cover based on the sociology of information. This field must address issues associated with the basic creation of the knowledge, right, and also its recording and its reproduction, and the various social systems involved in this dissemination and utilization. So this field seek to understand and also wanted to predict the process involved in the creation and recording, mass production, and dissemination, collection, organization, and then the storage, and then search, retrieval, and preservation, and also discarding and destruction of information in society. So, in from this slides to next 2 or 3 slides, it covers of what a specific sociology of information field covers, which is one of our core roles in these professions. So again, I've talked about this these dissemination of information, right? And then how to distribute this knowledge. Okay. So fields of this study includes like sociology, economics, and so on. Okay. So in our field, you may become like a bibliometrics. Also, you may be studying in social linguistics, information psychology, information engineering, information organization management. Okay, these are all related fields in sociology of information. Okay, next we talk about the information psychology, right? It's because the one of the goals of information professionals is to create and operate information systems and services that accommodate the information needs and behavioral characteristics of specific client population. So uh, th- this goal of customizing information service requires a knowledge of human behavior associated with acquisition and use of information. So this information psychology is the field of information science concerned with the development of human behavior. And this information psychology applies like behavior theory to various professions. And also it is very similar to educational psychology, and which is a application of psychology to the education profession. So uh, those the next two or three slides covers what's the information psychology and as considered to our one of our role. So, how does the medium of the information influence the individual selection and use the system? Right? These all ask about how each individual has different cognitive and behavior levels of information process. Okay. And how do individuals organize, store, and retrieve information from the memory? What are the okay? Very interesting, right? In Rutgers, we as a doctoral student in LRS, we need to have a different major, like kind of minor. So many students chose cognitive science, which I also did, and so mm, it's very different concept, but it's very interesting because we are the behavior and cognitive sciences look for specific individual's mind and the thinking of the individual's mind. And we as information professionals, we need to address those areas. So fields of study in information psychology includes like behavior psychology. That's a lot, right? Including the cognitive science and learning theory. The Carol Kurtal, she actually has degree in psychology, and she did some the learning theory background. It's if I remember correctly. So like a psycholinguistics, psychology, religion, educational psychology, and so on. Okay. And then the other areas that we have is information organization, uh, management. So, because the professional process associated with information organization management, we need to define the mission of organization, right? And also we need to assess the information needs of client. It's all like management stuff. So, operate and supervise the organization and So field of this study and contribute to and to understand of information organization management include the organization theory, management theory, systems theory, change theory. I don't know what is this change theory is about. Anyway, so those fields of study is related to the management and information organization management. Now we need to talk about the information engineering. Information professionals, we are responsible for the design and management of information system, right, which encompass a database and which may comprise information in a variety of formats. Uh, so you need to have various format of essential the design and management of database, including data assessment, system design, and identification of relevant data, and data evaluation and selection, and also data and information acquisition, and the organization of data, and also retrieval of the data, and repackaging, dissemination, and discarding the information from the database. It's all related to the database systems. I mean the collection of uh, your data. So the fields of studies in information engineering includes operations research, networking theory, also communication theory, and IP theory, and in AI, I mean artificial intelligence, and then information psychology and information organization management. Okay. And then the last field we talk about is the policy and environmental context. Because the professional we do process the associated with the four field of study, like sociology of information, information psychology, information organization management, and the information engineering. So we look at the four field, right? So this um, is all influenced by a variable external to the practice of the library and information professionals. So um, the we name the environmental and social context, and which can be applied to all the previous four fields, and also applied to others, like culture, including like a language, philosophical, moral value, or historical background, and like a community features, and also physical geography, like such as like climate or topographical characteristics, and political structure, legislation, economic and technology, and information policy, including like copyright rules and policies regarding the secrecy, censorship, privacy, what is like ownership, right? And also the public's right to know, and then the government responsibility to inform. So um, these variables apply to all four fields of study, and the application of the process in each field is influenced by the policy and environmental variables in the community as the cultural value. All right.
The professions have three distinct elements that distinguish them from technician level occupations. Those are a science, a technology, and an art or infrastructure. So we have discussed about the scope of the science that necessary to construct customized information services, and also science provide the foundation for our practice in our profession. So we have discussed about the how to provide the designed and customized services for our customers. And we also have outlined the level of theory can be used to explain how and why people use transfer information, and outlined those four fields that comprise the study of information science, which we discussed, like sociology of information psychology, information organization management, and also information engineering. So these theories will be applied as we explore further the role of LIS professionals. Okay, thanks for listening.